information. My name's Todd Farnsworth, and I've been fortunate enough to be directing these fine young people over the past 2 weeks, working with Kayla Smith and Alex Cupp. Alex got a show actually tonight and tomorrow night. You see on the back of your program, he's doing Rent, School Edition, with Starlight. So go see it. I hear it's a good show. A couple of announcements tonight. We have fire exits, and those are in the back over there and over here and over here. If we need to, we're not going to need to, although these kids are going to light the stage on fire tonight, no doubt. Woo! We have Channel 5 here, and they're going to be taping us, so you'll be able to watch that again and again and again in the coming weeks, which, when will this be on? That week or so? Probably. Okay, very good. And let's see. In this show, Nick Tickle, that's what it's called, right? Nick Tickle, Fairy Tale Detective. Nick is going to need some of your help during the show, so you have to pay attention to the clues that are going on, things that are happening on stage. If you need to yell out to Nick, that's okay. You have my permission as director. Yell out loud. That's good. If he needs you to come up on stage for anything, I don't know, he might. Please use the stairs on either side. There hopefully will be some people to help you up those stairs. After the show, there's a table up in the back there, and the cast will be sitting behind that table, and you'll see inside your program is a place for autographs, and they'll be happy to sign their award-winning autographs. And you'll want to get them. Put them on eBay. You'll want them for eBay in years to come. All right, so I think those are the things I needed to tell you. It really has been a lot of fun these past 2 weeks. We played a lot of great theater games. We've learned some cool characters, and we've learned our lines, which is really important. And so I hope you enjoy this. There will be a 15-minute intermission after the first act, and there are refreshments for sale out there in the lobby. So enjoy. What's the name of the show? What's the name of the show? All right, let's call Granny. Hey, Granny! Let's give a round of applause for Nick Tickle.
Hello, everyone. How are you? You look so wonderful today. These stairs kill me every time. I'm sorry. What's that? Okay. Oh, you all look so terrific tonight. Oh, hi. How many children are here? Oh, you look so wonderful. I'm here to tell you all some more very, very wonderful fairy stories. Sorry, I'm getting old. Can't talk. Oh. Wait, these stairs coming too. I'm sorry. Wait. Wait. This kills me too. Oh. Oh, hello everyone. Hello children. I'm here to tell you some wonderful fairy stories. Are you ready? Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm old. I can't hear. Speak up. Are you ready? All right, let's begin. Once upon a time, there lived two children in the forest.
I am Hansel.
And I'm Gretel. They live with their father, who is a woodcutter. He worked alone out in the woods most of the time, so the children didn't get to see him very much. And although they were very poor and their mother was very dead, they were very happy. So happy, in fact, that had there been other people living nearby, they would have driven them sick to death with their incessant cheerfulness. Nothing, and I mean nothing, got these kids down. I do not mind that we are poor.
I do not mind that Mother is in heaven with the angels. We have fathers sometimes, and each other.
What more could we ask for? See what I mean? Makes you nauseous, doesn't it? Well, anyway, their father went into town and got a new stepmother for the children. Then he went back to chopping wood, leaving the children to get acquainted with their new mother.
Hi, children. My name's Felicity. I'll understand if you don't love me or
We do love you.
That was easier than I thought it would be.
The father stayed out in the forest a long time, but the children didn't miss him at all. They couldn't get enough of the new mother and spent all of their time with her.
Children, you've been cooped up with me in this house all day long. Wouldn't you like to go play in the sunshine and fresh air for a while?
Oh, no, stepmommy, we want to stay here with you.
I was afraid you'd say that. Well, I guess I'll go do the dishes.
No, mommy, let me help you.
I guess I'll go fetch the water first.
Wait, Mother, I will come and help you.
No, me.
I thought you were going to do the dishes.
I can do both.
They're driving me nuts.
So I see.
Any advice?
Why not play?
Jen, hope they get bored and wander away.
I'm gonna play a game.
Of hide and seek. Only they hide and I don't seek.
Why not go on a picnic?
And leave them in the forest to find their way home again. Perfect. Maybe they won't get back for hours, or maybe they won't get back at all. Children, why don't you say we go on a lunch pack picnic?
I'll carry some baskets.
No, I will carry some basket.
No, me, I called it first.
I am so much better at basket carrying than you are.
I'm not.
Are two?
Not.
Two.
Not.
I'll carry 2 baskets.
I'll carry some both.
And so Hansel took one, and Gretel took the other, and they got ready to go on a picnic deep in the woods. Hansel was afraid that maybe they might get lost, so he left bread up so they could find their way back.
Mother, I'm going to take these breadcrumbs and that's odd. There's usually breadcrumbs in there.
And so they started out into the deep, dark forest.
Excuse me, have you seen my breadcrumbs?
No, why would I have your stupid old breadcrumbs?
They wanted to find the perfect place for their picnic.
Excuse me, have you seen my breadcrumbs?
I can't believe that you lost your breadcrumbs. They're only like the most important thing in the entire story. And you lost them? You only have to do one stupid thing. You can't even do that right. Oh, what an idiot.
Listen, Cootie girl.
They walked and walked, deeper and deeper.
Don't you like me so much better than him?
They got further and further away from their house.
I am so much smarter than he is, and cuter too.
Excuse me, have you seen my breadcrumbs?
No, I'm sorry, I haven't.
Well, we can't do anything else until I find them. They are very important.
I can't believe you lost your breadcrumbs. Oh, come on, let's just leave him here and go along and have our picnic and live happily ever after.
In all the zillions of times we've done this story, this is the first time I've lost my breadcrumbs. So why don't you just be quiet, dog breath?
Why don't you sit here and let cat poop breath?
I think I'm gonna go look for them over here.
Can't you just pretend you have some breadcrumbs?
No, I cannot pretend I have breadcrumbs because I cannot very well ask the birds to eat pretend breadcrumbs because you know they have to eat. And they would get mad because they're pretend, and then they would just peck my eyes out or something.
They just scare all the little kids in the audience, monkey boy.
Does anybody out there have any breadcrumbs we could borrow?
Please, I need breadcrumbs. Please, do you have any? I am sorry. This is the very first time I've lost my breadcrumbs. Usually we go
I
on
think that lady over there volunteered for her breadcrumbs. You should go over there and check. You found breadcrumbs.
What's your name?
Bridget.
Bridget.
Do you have breadcrumbs?
Yes, I'm sorry. I lost my breadcrumbs.
No one has breadcrumbs.
Well, usually we go on a picnic and everything goes along just fine.
No, this time. You really screwed up this time, didn't you, you idiot?
You should forgive Bridget. What about some white stones?
Well, the birds are not going to eat white stones. I'm sorry, but we cannot continue until I find my breadcrumbs.
Oh, what a loser.
Oh. Well, this is a disturbing development. I guess we'll just have to have another story. Oh, here's one of my favorites. Jack and the Beanstalk. Do you know this one? Yeah. Oh, it is very exciting. A magic beanstalk, a giant, and a talking chicken. Okay, once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack who lived with his mother and their cow. They were very poor, and one day Jack's mother told him to go into town and sell their cow for money to buy food with.
Oh, Jack, please try to get as much money as you can so we can eat. Please, Jack, please, everything you can get, please.
Yeah, I'll do my best, Mother. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to show how desperate we are for money and food, but the winter winds are howling!
Just do it the way we practiced it.
Look, it's all very well for you with the big part, but I've had to come to all these rehearsals for one lousy line, and I intend to...
Just say the line.
Oh, Jack, please try to get as much money as you can so we can eat.
I'll do my best, Mother, but times are very hard.
Hey kid, where are you going with that fine-looking cow?
Aren't you going to sell her?
Would you be interested in trading her for some magic beans?
Are these magic things invisible? Because, I'm not that stupid.
No, you should be able to see them.
Well,
Sorry, I seem to have lost my beans. You have to go save a cow in town.
well, this is a very interesting story.
I'm so sorry. I've never had this sort of trouble before. Can't imagine what you must think. Oh, never mind. We'll just have Sleeping Beauty. Once upon a time...
Sorry, we can't find the spindle she picks her finger on.
Really? Well, that's a shame. What about Little Red Riding Hood? Once upon a time...
No can do, there's no basket of goodies.
Cinderella?
The glass slipper is missing.
Beauty and the Beast.
Somebody lost the rose.
Well, surely we can do Snow White.
The talking hare's gone in. Don't call me Shirley. Ba-doom boom.
This is ridiculous. Rumpelstiltskin.
Not unless you've got a spinning wheel hidden around here somewhere.
Three Little Pigs.
No kettle.
Kettle?
You know, to boil the wolf in.
Right. What about Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Oh, wait. Let me guess. No porridge. What am I supposed to do with all these good people here? What am I to do to entertain them?
I don't know. Do a little dance. Sing a little song. Get down tonight, woo! Get down tonight, woo!
They want to hear a fairy story.
Well, until we find all this stuff, they ain't going to. Jim, can you hear me? We're shutting down. Kill the lights. Bring up the house. Props. Somebody get me props.
Oh, wait, this is terrible. Oh. Once upon a time, there was a granny who couldn't tell any of her favorite stories. What are we to do? Who are we to turn to for help? What a shame. I'm sorry you all came here for nothing. You should all just go home now.
It was a day like any other, only it wasn't. The sun was singing and the birds were shining. The pixies were scattering fairy dust hither and yon, which was really ticking off the fairies. Little did I know that by the end of the day, I'd be turned into a pig, have my heart broken, and still manage to solve the biggest case of my career that would save every fairy tale that you know. She walked into my office like a long, cool drink of water. Whatever that means. I knew from the first look that she was trouble. I just didn't know how much. If I did, I would have ran the other way. But I didn't. Besides, she was a swell-looking babe. I've always been a sap where babes are concerned. I don't use a gun. I use my brains. I'm Nick Tickle. I'm a detective.
Are you Nick Tickle? Fairy tale detective?
Didn't I just say that?
My name's Miss Locks. My friends call me Goldie. You may call me Miss Locks. I'd like to hire you. What's the fare?
Whatever you can afford. Fresh baked goods, a wish of firstborn, that sort of thing. Think you can swing it, baby?
How much of your time will this buy me?
You're quite the kidder, aren't you, sister?
Just wanted to see what you made of, Gumshoe.
Like what you see?
Maybe I do. I guess this makes me your boss.
I'll decide who I work for and who I don't.
There's more where this came from.
Hey. This is chocolate.
Is that a problem?
No, actually, I prefer this kind. What's the face, dollface?
I'm being framed. Certain events have occurred in the last few days, and
I heard her before and she was trouble. Now that she was in trouble, I had to get her
I
out.
don't know who would do this.
What kind of trouble was it? How dangerous would it get?
I don't know why anyone would.
If I was smart, I would have ran the other
I'm
way.
expecting the police to
But I've never been very
anything.
smart with babes.
And once they do, they'll stop
Especially
looking for
babes
real
with a
thief.
pretty face.
I'm hiring you to do
I knew I
just that.
shouldn't, but I was falling for her hard.
Excuse me. Have you heard anything I just said?
Yes.
Then what was I talking about?
You're being bothered by a giant.
No.
Who said about it?
No!
Is that little guy who says you can spin your straw into gold because that's the oldest con in the book?
I'm being framed!
Framed. That's what I meant.
Please try to pay more attention. It's very disconcerting when
I could see she was the kind of dame who played men for suckers. Suckers who
You don't
usually
seem to be
end up
listening
dead.
at all.
Or worse.
You're doing it again!
Sorry.
Who are you talking to anyway? Is there anyone else with us here?
Of course not. Go on.
Well, as I said, I'm being framed. Last week, I had to run an errand on the other side of the woods, but somehow I got lost. It's very easy to do that, you know. The paths go round and round. Finally, I stumbled upon the cutest little cottage. The door was open, but nobody was home, so I let myself in to find some help. But I didn't even find any porridge on the table when I went into the kitchen, so I left. Don't you think that's odd?
You tell me.
Well, it is. Usually, there's some porridge on the table, and I eat it. Then I get tired, and I go into the living room, sit on a chair, but it breaks. Then I go into the bedroom and fall asleep, and some bears come home and scare me. That's the only thing I'm afraid of, you know. That great big father bear. He's ferocious. But none of that happened this time. It was just in and out with no bears to be seen. Strange.
Guess it is now that you mention it.
It gets even stranger. The next day, I read in the paper that a house in the woods had been broken into and 3 bowls of porridge stolen. There was a picture of the house and, well, it was the same one I've been in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard of that. Unusual caper.
It's true, I was in the house, but I didn't see any porridge. Later, I received a note saying that someone had seen me leave the bear's house, and if I didn't want that information getting back to the police, then I'd have to pay them off.
Go to the big oak tree next to the wobbly dum-dum bush, down in Dingley Dell 11 tonight, 25 gold pieces. Come alone and tell no one.
I went and stayed there, but nobody showed, so I left just after midnight. The next day, I heard that a straw house had been blown over and a valuable cooking pot stolen.
Yeah, I heard about that. House belonged to one of the Pig brothers, Lyle. Straw house totally blown over and the kettle stolen. Huh. Lyle was at the movies at the time. I suspect the wolf.
But don't you see? If the police find out that I don't have an alibi for the night the pot was stolen and that I was in the bear's house, they'll assume I pulled both jobs and arrest me. But I didn't do it, I tell you, I didn't do it.
Calm down, doll.
And it's not just those 2 incidents. I've heard of several other important things around here being stolen. A spindle, a glass slipper, a talking mirror. It's a regular crime wave and I'm being started to take the fall. But I'm innocent, Nick. You've got to believe me.
That's what you're paying me for, sweetheart.
You're the only one I can count on. Once the police arrest me, they'll stop their investigation for the real thief, and they'll get away. I need someone to find out who's really pulling these jobs and get me off the hook. Think you're up to it?
You came to the right place.
I admit, I'm enjoying the freedom of not having to play out my story over and over again, but I don't want to go to jail. Here's my number. Call me anytime for anything. My life is in your big, strong hands, Nick. But work fast. The clock is ticking.
Usually I listen to that little voice inside my head that tells me to be careful. This time it's telling me I should walk away and leave this whole thing alone. But I can't let the world keep spinning without fairy stories. And I hate to admit it, but I think I might be in love with her. In love or, something close to it. This is gonna be my toughest case yet. Usually I work alone, and that's the way I like it. But this time's different. I'm gonna need all the help I can get. That's why I'm gonna ask you, all of you, to help me out and be my partners. You see, I need your brains to help me find any important clues I might miss. Think you're up to it? Yeah! Think you're up to it? Yeah! All right, so let's start with the notes. See any clues here? On the back? Huh. Paw prints. What animal do you think they belong to? I guess they could be a bear, but I'm no expert. Where do bears live? Forest. Yeah, maybe by the big oak tree that Miss Locks was sent to. Good job, partners. You're gonna be great. All right, you guys head over and I'll meet you there.
Horrible day. You'd think being a tree would be nice, wouldn't you? Standing in the warm sunshine, enjoying the feel of raindrops caressing your leaves, watching the fluffy forest creatures play around your roots. Yes, you'd think that, but no. It's terrible. Insects gnaw on your bark. There's no one to talk to, and need I say more? What a racket. Now I'm a blasted babysitter too. Don't start with me. She'll be right back with some lovely worms for you. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes, no one to talk to. Just myself. The wind, now I can hear it, whispers the most intriguing secrets, but I've no one to share them with. No one ever talks to the tree. The problem is I can't speak unless someone speaks to me first. And no one ever wants to look foolish talking to a tree, so I never get to chat with anyone at all, except myself.
Oh, here you are. Say, you got here fast. Anything interesting happened while I was away? Talking tree? Yeah. I should talk to her. Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Hello, tree. How are you? Nice leaves you got there. Were you pulling my leg?
Well, it's about time someone spoke to me.
Oh, would you look at that, a talking tree. Good work, partners. I'm Nick Tickle. I'm a detective.
I suppose you want to ask if I can help you investigate some big important case.
Well, as a matter of fact...
It's not like you care about me as an individual or anything. You didn't even ask my name.
Sorry. Of course I care. What's your name?
Woody.
Okay, Woody. How are you? Any complaints?
Don't get me started.
Those are some real cute birds you got there.
Oh, yes, they're such a treat.
Well, now that we're friends. Anything, what can you tell me? Anything interesting going on around here?
Now, I don't want to be thought of as a gossip, but someone came by a few days ago right in the middle of the night. Don't you think that's odd?
Was it a good-looking gal with blonde hair?
How'd you know?
I'm working for her.
But I bet you don't know about the person that came by just a few minutes before her.
And who would that be?
Let's just say it was a certain lady with a pointed hat and a broom. But she didn't hear that from me.
Pointed hat and a broom. What does that sound like to you? Of course, but which witch?
I'm afraid I can't be of help there. All you humans look alike to me.
Maybe she left a clue behind.
I don't know if it's any help, but there are some mysterious whispers in the wind. Someone's out to ruin everyone's stories.
That could be a motive. But, hey, what's this?
It looks like a cookie.
Gingerbread. Why would a witch have gingerbread with her? Does that sound familiar to anyone? Right. The witch who lives in the gingerbread house. I've heard of her. Name's Thornberry.
Well, I guess that's why you're the detective and I'm just a tree.
Thanks, you've been a big help. You're okay. Think we should go talk to the witch? Okay. Wait, you guys were saying something about something. See, did you see something? Wait, where was it? In the tree? You sure? You guys are the best.
I hope you get to the bottom of things. Not that anyone cares, but I hope. Back to dough. Now I command you. Hey, how you doing?
Which Thornberry is it?
You got her.
Nice house.
Thanks. Takes a lot of upkeep, though. All the kids keep nibbling on it. Can't eat the stuff myself. Gives me gas something terrible, all that sugar. Hey, you're not a salesman, are you?
No, I'm in another line of work.
Can't stand salesmen. Turn them all into little white mice, and then feed them to the cat. She loves salesmen, thinks they're mighty tasty. So if you're a salesman, now's your chance to skedaddle. The cat's kind of full, so I'll let you go.
Thanks, but I don't sell things, I collect them.
Oh, yes?
My favorite thing to collect is information.
A snoop, huh?
Well, I prefer the term private investigator, but you get the picture. There's been a series of thefts, and I thought that you were...
You thought that because I'm a witch, I must be involved, huh? Always blame the witch, don't you? Something's wrong, must be a witch involved somewhere, huh? Just buy into that old witchy prejudice. I like them apples.
Well, actually, Ribbit, I don't. It's Ribbit. Very uncomfortable.
Well, now you know how uncomfortable I feel whenever people start accusing me of doing bad things without any proof.
Well, Ribbit, I do have reason to believe that you're involved. You, Ribbit, do have a nasty habit for turning children, Ribbit, into gingerbread. Just look at all the children you bewitched. Not to mention the Ribbit, ones you fatten up for supper.
That's self-defense. You wouldn't believe the kinds of things I have to put up with around here. All the kids keep taunting me, nibbling on my house, then breaking in to find more goodies to eat. Those greedy little pigs! I'm teaching them a valuable lesson about avarice.
Oink.
Don't interrupt. Besides, those brother and sister brats always escape before I can eat them. They push me into my own oven, then run away. They never talk about that one now, do they? No.
Maybe you already have stopped them. Maybe you stole the breadcrumbs so they can't find you and push you in the oven at all.
Maybe I have, but you'll never find out.
Hey, you're not going to leave it like this, are you?
I most certainly am. Serves you right for snooping around the way you do.
But I'm just, oink, trying to help everyone out. Help them get their objects back so they can tell their, oink, stories again.
I don't care.
I can't stay like this forever, oink.
Why not? Lots of pigs are pigs all their lives, and they're just fine with it. Who knows? You might like it.
But I, oink, like being a human being.
Then you should have kept your human being nose out of my business. But don't worry, you won't get lonely. You have my gingerbread children here with you. Ha ha ha!
Well, oink, this isn't going exactly as planned. What was that? Gingerbread? Sure. Hey, you smell delicious, oink. Bet you oink. Tastes delicious too.
Please don't eat me. I can help you.
Well, what do you know? Talking gingerbread, child.
I can break the spell and turn you back into a man again. But you've got to promise to help me turn back into a child.
But I, oink, don't know how.
I do. So an old thornberry needs some chores around here. She turns one of us alive, and when we're finished, she turns us back into gingerbread. I'll tell you the spell and what to do, and both get free.
But I can't do much in this condition. But maybe my partners can. Who wants to come up here and help us? Come on, guys. We sort of need some help. It's
Just come up.
First need some magic dust. Thornberry keeps it in the old tree stump over there. Everybody go get a little bit. Magic dust. Now sprinkle it on the pig. I'll put it down on 1 foot 3 times. And say, but pig no more.
Pig no more.
Now come alive.
Now come alive.
When I count to 3.
When I count to 3.
Everybody count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, I'm me again.
My turn to sprinkle some dust on me. Wiggle your hips. Clap your hands 3 times. And say, a cookie no more.
A cookie no more.
When you come alive back from dough.
Now come alive back from dough.
When I count to 5.
When I count to 5.
And everybody stomp your feet real loud and count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it works. 3, 3.
High fives all around.
Now I can use all my strength and I can return to our family. I just wish I could run its own program for what you put us through.
Maybe you can. Anything interesting and out of the ordinary going on around here lately?
Well, someone's come and visit her in the past few days, and she usually doesn't like company.
Who did this person look like?
It wasn't a person at all. It was something big, furry, and growly.
Big, furry, and growly. What does that sound like to you? A bear? A bear. Was a bear. Was he about this size?
Maybe.
All right. Hey, remember that picture Miss Lux gave to us from the newspaper? It's a long shot, but here it goes. Recognize anyone?
That's some all right. The big one. They're awfully chummy together.
Thanks, kid. You just broke this case wide open. Now, why would Father Bear conspire with the witch Thornberry to steal his own porridge? He must really hate porridge. He must really hate porridge. He must really hate porridge. Now, if he's involved, if he's involved, he won't talk. But I got an idea. What if I wear a disguise? That way, he won't know I'm a detective. Now, how does this look on me? No, it's not good enough. What about this? We'll keep that one in the maybe pile. Now, does this one make me look fat? Well, haven't been putting these on lately, so it's very difficult. Now, what about this? Now, say, what do we got here? The vests aren't my thing. Perfect. Very snug, but piece de Now, you won't recognize me in this. Now, if Father Bear's gonna play rough, I'm gonna need something to defend myself with, and know exactly what it is. I have some leftover for breakfast. Now, let's pay a visit to the Bear family, shall we?
Oh, good day.
Hello! I'm looking for the lady of the house. Is your mother home?
Oh, dear me, no, I'm the lady of the house.
Oh, you can't be. You're much too young. Newlyweds, are you?
Oh, dear me, no, I have a 3-year-old cub.
Oh, I don't believe it.
It's true. Do you have any children yourself?
Oh, I haven't been blessed with the little bundles of joy yet.
Oh, well, don't worry. A pretty girl like you will catch a husband and have plenty of babies before you know it. What can I do you for?
I know the most annoying question a mother and wife can hear from her family is,
What's
for dinner?
Yes, that is exactly what they say.
And it's always day after sweat slaving away over a hot stove, you hear?
Are we having that again? Yes, that's it.
I have this wonderful product to show you.
Mother, who's there?
Ah, it's her! She's back!
She's back. Oh, no. You'll have to forgive my husband. He has a terrible fear of girls with yellow hair.
If it helps at all, it's not natural. It's a rinse.
Well, dear, it's not Goldie. It's not her.
Oh, you're not her? I'm sorry, did I startle you? For a moment there, I thought you were somebody else. Nasty blind child.
No, Father. She has come to sell us something.
Oh, sales gal, are you? Mother's a pushover for anything new.
Frank.
So what do you got for us today? It's
Oh, dear me, I love porridge, and so does Junior. But Father absolutely hates it. Can't stand the sight of it or the smell of it. And every time we have it, the oddest thing happens. We go for a walk to let it cool off, and when we come back, our house has been broken into.
Oh, I don't believe it. Someone who doesn't love porridge? How could that be? Take it away, take it away. But it's so yummy. You couldn't, you wouldn't.
You shouldn't tease him like that. We used to have porridge all the time, but then just the other day, my box was stolen.
Mama, I want lunch. Who's the strange-looking man?
Oh, that's not a man, dear. That's a saleswoman with a very bad dye job.
Are you sure you don't want any porridge? No, no. I mean, yes.
You big mean you leave my daddy alone.
Oh, my goodness, you are a man.
What do you want from us?
Answers! Answers, and you're gonna give them to me.
Or else what?
Or else porridge. Were you and the witch Starberry conspiring to steal other people's items?
I ain't saying nothing. Hey, where are you going? Keep away from me. All right. Enough. Talk.
Frank, what is this all about?
I'm done, Daddy. I'm done, Daddy.
It was a joke. You didn't mean any harm.
Spill it.
Bash him, Daddy. Bash him good.
Don't be rough. Don't be rough. Play nice with the strange man.
The last last week we had another incident with that Goldilocks breaking in. Man, I got so upset that I went out for a walk. I found an old tree stump with some honey in it, and I just took a few handfuls at a time. Boy, it was good. But then after I had a few, I went back and walked by the candy house, which Thornberry was outside, and she asked, "Where'd she find it?"
It's your child.
And, wow. And she asked if she could use some of the honey that I had to, calc up some cracks in her frosting windows and gutters and, that candy house that she has. And so we got to talking. She asked what was wrong, and I told her that I was tired of missing my dinner and having to replace broken chairs over and over again. She said that she had the same problem. Children bothering her night and day. So I said, if we can only get rid of the children in the porridge, we wouldn't have this problem. And she said, man, it would just be easy enough just to take them. She wouldn't even have to use magical powers to do something like that. So she found some house pixies, took the breadcrumbs from Hans's pocket, porridge, and the next day when we went out for a walk, and to cool off the porridge, our house had been broken into. So I had to explain it somehow, so I told the police that our house had been broken into, and everything taken away from us. So after that, we didn't have any problems with blind children interrupting us. It was wonderful, just like a lovely vacation.
What about the other items? The glass slipper, the spindle, the spinning wheel?
Boy, once it started, we didn't know how to end. Things just snowballed. We didn't hurt anybody. We didn't mean any harm.
Oh, Frank, that is terrible.
Huh. I suppose it was you who wrote this note to Miss Locks.
Oops, must have been some honey stuck to my paw. Someone had to take the blame, and who better than the person responsible? It was a perfect plan. Wait, so how'd you get onto us?
Throwing a button at him? Do you? Oh, Frank, I'm so disappointed. Now you have a police record, and I'll have to hang my head in shame at the PTA meetings, and all of Junior's friends will taunt and make fun of him. We'll have to move. We'll have to change our name. From now on, we'll be known as the Pandas, or the Teddy Bears, or something horrible like that.
I'm sure if he returns the items to the police, they'll let him off with a warning.
We were going to turn it all eventually.
So, where'd you stash the goods?
Well, in this old tree stump. Oops.
What do you mean, oops?
Well, it's gone. Someone must have taken it all.
Great. Just when I think this thing is all closed up, it opens right back up again.
I feel terrible. Who could have stolen it?
Squirrels, maybe. Well, they had nuts everywhere. Maybe they thought those things were some strange kind of never mind. Mama, I want lunch. Okay, you go inside and get washed up, dear. Well, Mr.
Nick, actually.
Well, Mr. Actually, it was nice to have met you, and I hope we do meet again under more pleasant circumstances. Frank, we're gonna have a little talk.
Sorry about putting you through all that trouble.
Hey, it's all a day's work for Nick Tickle, fairy tale detective.
Are you sure you have to go?
Well, I gotta solve this thing and the clock's running.
Man, I'm never gonna get the end of this.
Frank!
Well, guys, I'm stumped. Get it? Well, seriously, who do you think did it? Well, I guess it could be the wolf, but I never saw him. Huh. Anyone else? Oh, I'm trying to prove Goldilocks innocent, remember? The tree. The tree. The tree was very secretive, I admit that. Huh.
Lumberjack Dad.
Well, no, those are all interesting ideas, but I'm going to have to run through the old slot machine to see what comes up cherries.
case yet?
Well, I almost had it broken wide open, baby. But then cruel fate stepped in and slammed the door in my face. I'm afraid I'm back to square one. How's tricks with you?
I didn't hear from the blackmailer again, but he must have talked to the police because they came and questioned me a little while ago. I just know they're going to come back and arrest me any minute.
I think I can help you there, doll. I'll go talk to the police and tell them what I know.
Gee, Nick, you're swell.
Right back at you, baby. Poor kid getting mixed up in all this. I guess I'll go talk to the police. Sign him over to Father Bear. But what if Father Bear wasn't telling the truth? What if he knows? What if he knows where the items were stolen? Maybe it wasn't stolen at all. Maybe he knows where they are. Maybe he's trying to lead us off. Do you think that? Do you think he's doing that? Well, I should be getting to the police station now. You guys stay here and think of any interesting angles.
Look at all this wonderful loot. Stupid old bear hiding it in a stump. What an obvious place to look. No more gold from this spinning wheel, Rumpelstiltskin. Boo-hoo-hoo. What exactly is a spindle anyway? Ah, whatever it is, it's painful. Ah, a rose by any other name would smell just as stinky. Mirror, mirror in my hand, who's the cleverest criminal in the land? Why look, it's me! I can't believe I've gotten away with it so easily. That fool detective doesn't have a clue. He'll never suspect me. Everyone always writes me off as some stupid little nobody. Well, not anymore. They're going to sit up and take notice. They'll be sorry they treated me so poorly. It's about time you got back, you good-for-nothing. Did you get them all?
Every last one, Master. No one will be able to tell the story of the elves and the shoemaker again, now that there's no shoes to mend.
Excellent. Now go and get that Pinocchio puppet before it turns into a real boy. And hurry. If you fail to return before midnight, I'll do something very nasty and painful to you.
I'm sorry I ever got mixed up in this.
Don't forget I saved your life. If I hadn't have stolen Red Riding Hood's basket of goodies, you'd be some trophy on some woodman's wall by now. Now go and get that puppet! What a useless creature. You just can't get good evil minions these days. No matter. It's so wonderful not having to act out that stupid story over and over again. It gets so tiring doing the same thing every time someone tells my tale. But not anymore. No more being stuck in a rut. I'm going to be free and do what I want for a change. Ah, what are you doing here? Spying around, eh? Trying to help your pathetic friend Nick, I suppose. Well, why don't you give him a little message from me? Make sure he gets this, alrighty? I've got to be going now. Got you ready to burn all these things at midnight. Soon it'll be too late, even if Nick stumbles onto who I am. I'm afraid Nick won't be in the nick of time this time.
I've never been too fond of the police. And they've Never been too fond of me either. They always seem to... What's this? Thanks, I'll read this later. I don't want to lose my train of thought. They always seem to get in my way. They claim it's the other way around. What do they know? But no matter. They clear Miss Locke's name and that's all good, but I'm still baffled. But I'm still baffled. If I solve this case, then I'll never be able to see Miss Locks. She'll have to go on her walks to the woods again. And we'll never be able to have a little fun. Every time we try, she'll have to go back to the bear's house. Darn. Darn. Won't be able to ever see her again if I solve this thing. But if I don't, the children everywhere will be sad that they can't have their favorite fairy tales. What's more important, my happiness or the happiness of everyone else? I guess my problems don't amount to a hill of beans in this world. So I guess I'll read that note now. It looks like you're not quite as clever as you think you are. I'm going to spoil all the fairy tales by burning everything at midnight, and you can't stop me. There's only one thing I'm afraid of, and I'm afraid it isn't you. I must say I've enjoyed watching you look for me. At first, you were quite close. Very hot, I would say. Almost too hot. But now you're too cold. I guess things will never be just right again. I think I might know who this thief really is now. And he might be closer than we think.
No! Don't help me,
Gotcha.
Mr. Tickle. I've come to help you.
I'll be the judge of that.
I can prove it. I brought Pinocchio. My master sent me to get him so his story could be told again. I'm giving him to you as a gesture of good faith.
I know you. You're the big bad wolf.
My friends call me Bob.
You're the one who bothers the 3 pigs, aren't you?
No, that's my cousin Steve. I'm the one who scares Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry.
Sorry, everyone gets us confused.
So, why are you coming to me?
I'm employed by a certain person. I can't say exactly who because I don't know his true identity. He's been collecting certain items I'd like to see returned to their rightful owners.
So you're doing this for purely philanthropic, selfless reasons?
You could say that.
Or I could say you've been treated badly and had a falling out. That limp, you don't get it from walking into a door.
You got more brains than my employer gives you credit for, Mr. Tickle. I've got to admit, I'd like to see him get what's coming to him.
And maybe make yourself a little deal in the bargain?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I assume there's a reward for returning the goods. I'll cut you in on the deal. We could be partners.
Why don't you just return the goods on your own?
I need someone covering my back.
Why don't you go to the police?
I don't trust the police.
Suppose I say yes. How do I know you won't double-cross me like you're double-crossing your boss?
You're gonna have to trust me on that one, Mr. Tickle. It's getting late, so we have to work fast. Here's the deal. We go to where the goods are stashed, steal them back again, bring them to the police, and split the reward.
Give me a minute to think about it.
Think quick. We don't have much time.
I'm not sure I trust Bob. Do you think he's on the level? Well, I don't think I can trust him if things go sour. Huh. That's why I need some backup. Which one of you wants to come up here and help me? Sure. No, you. You want to come up? Okay, that's fine. Sure, why not? Thank you for using the stairs, by the way.
No
Bridget.
Well, Bridget,
Yeah.
gonna need your help.
Okay.
So, you're gonna be by me while I do this thing. So, there's only one thing that Thief is afraid of, she said in her note. He or she, I'm not entirely sure. But, you're gonna be it.
All right.
So, Bob!
Do you trust me, Mr. Tickle?
No, but I do trust Bridget. Bob? Where are you? Stay close, Bridget. I don't want you getting lost here. Bob? Bob? He's gone. Just like a wolf to double-cross me. Can't trust wolves, I've always said that. Wolves and dames. Oh, here's the stuff. This is too easy. It's gotta be a trap.
And you just walked right into it, Mr. Tickle.
Fancy meeting you here. I always wondered when we were gonna meet face to face.
I knew Bob would sell me out, but I don't mind. This just means I get to see your face when the clock strikes midnight, I light my bonfire, and all your precious fairy tales go up in smoke forever!
What do you gotta get these fairy tales at? Anyway,
Are you kidding me? I'm in one, and where has it ever gotten me? Doing the same thing over and over again. It's boring. So now I'm going to have a little fun. I'm going to show everyone that I can think for myself.
I guess you can say that, Miss Locks.
How did you know it was me?
Well, I always had a hunch, but really sister was the note. You talked about things being too hot, too cold, and just right. Just like the bear's porridge. And I thought, who better to get away with this than the very woman I was trying to prove innocent? You really played me for a sucker, Miss Locks.
Oh, I think you can call me Goldie now. We've gotten far too close for such formality. Don't you think, Nick?
I don't get too close to poisonous snakes, and Miss Locks, that's exactly what you are.
Oh, you've got me all wrong, Nick. I just wanted to show everyone that I'm more than what they think. That I've got some backbone and some brains. You can't think too badly of me for that, now can you?
I can and I do.
But, Nick, I love you, and I think you love me too, a little. At first, I just wanted to use you. I accidentally found the loot hidden in a stump, and I realized I could take it and get away with it if I hired you to prove me innocent. But then I fell for you. I didn't plan on that, Nicky.
I don't think so. I'd always wonder when you were gonna use me again, maybe for the last time. You're going down for this, Miss Locks.
Oh, I don't think so, Nick. You see, I know you don't carry a gun, but I do. This is no ordinary water. This is concentrated skunk juice, plus gobs and gobs of greasy, grimy gopher guts, mutilated monkey meat, and little dirty birdie feet. 1 or 2 hits of this stuff and you'll be taking baths for a year. Say goodbye to your precious fairy tales forever, Nicky.
Wait! I may not carry a gun, but I do have a trick up my sleeve. You see in your note, you explained how you may not be afraid of me, but you're afraid of something else. And you even told me the first time we met. So, guess who I brought along to our little party? Hey, Father Bear! Good job, Father Bear. You even scared me. It's like a big hand for Bridget. Well, I better return these items before anything else happens to them.
The basket. The kettle to boil the wolf in.
The stick.
The slipper.
Pinocchio.
The rose.
The spinning wheel.
Well, I guess my work here is done. Every fairy tale you know and love has been returned to its former glory. It's all thanks to you. All of you. Way to go. Every fairy tale that we know and love is now saved. All I can say is, thanks. I know it isn't much, but... Well, as for Miss Locks, I think she'll learn a lesson. Father Bear is going to give her an extra scary scare for the next couple of years until she learns to stand straight and fly right. Well, could have had something together. Told you I was a sap for a pretty face. But all the pretty faces in the world can't make up for an ugly heart. Whatever that means.
And everyone, well, as you said, almost everyone, lived happily ever after.